AKOTH the Seared, this brand new champion from the normal Doom Tower. We just got him. Guess what we have with this guy? An AoE HP burn. And I know what you're thinking right away. The Spider 24, 25, all the new levels. Will this guy work with the builds we've just seen? So we're going to build him and we're going to take him for a spin on my account. So let's jump right in. And we're starting straight with a run of the Spider 25. I think that's the #1 thing we want to see here. And then maybe we can play around with different builds or other stages. So what I wanted to test from this guy, #1, is his AI. Because I'll tell you right now, I think he's a little bit dumb. And until he smartens up, I think this is going to be an issue for us. All right. So what I'm going to do is press auto on some of these champions here. So we get the AoE freeze from AKOTH the Seared. Yes, AKOTH the Seared is still pretty clutch for this, and sadly he's not going to always do the freeze on all the other stages. I think he does the AoE freeze first here because he has the affinity advantage. I might be wrong, a little bit more testing needed, but I think that's what I've observed so far. All right, we have AoE stun from our Salve the Drakes to help mitigate some of the damage on our champions. We're gonna get that A1, which is great. We did not get our decreased speed. All right, here's our guy now. Here's what we want from this guy. We want this AoE HP burn. Technically, you get 24% more chance for each enemy alive. There's plenty alive. We should hit 100%. And then technically, you would go for this later on, which is basically increasing the cooldown of their skills, which is not going to happen. And also placing a shield buff on us based on the total amount of HP. But we go for the A3. Stupid. I think that's stupid. It should really be A2 first, so I hope they fix this as quickly as possible. All right, so here with this type of team, we are expecting to take some hits from the Spider Queen. All right, we're not gonna have enough turn meter control to fully prevent her from ever taking even one turn. Back into our HP burn right there. So I guess, you know what, it's not the end of the world if you put this on full auto with this setup right here. I'm pretty sure this can somewhat work. In fact, it has worked. I've tried this team already on my account, but it's just annoying because it's long and it's still perhaps not the best when you compare him to, let's say, Mordecai, which is pretty popular right now, and some of the other HP burn champions, including the legendary ones and whatnot. But he's still a viable HP burn champion if you do not have anything else, and in my opinion, better than Ultimate Gaelic. All right, the problem with Ultimate Gaelic is that you need to buff up first. It's still only a chance of happening. Compared to this guy, when you have enough spiderlings, it is always going to happen. All right, so that's a great thing. So right there, we take a big hit. I suppose maybe we could have survived a little bit more if our guy was maxed out. Maybe give him the Bulwark Mastery to help mitigate some of the damage on your other champions. We should be able to bring some champions back up here. Now we have the HP burn. We kind of really need that AoE freeze or else we're in trouble. Can we get it before this dies or AKOTH dies? We're probably going to lose our AKOTH right there. Oh no, he's still alive by a tiny little bit. Give me that AoE freeze. Okay, we're still in the game. Might work out. It's already starting to be a really long run, right? So I think that's probably not the best setup for this, but I tried to use something that was maybe a little bit more down the lines of something you might have. We do have a much faster build, which we'll try after, and I will also control the AI for the next two fights, all right? Just to kind of see the difference there of what it is going to do. So right there, we take another hit. Our AKOTH is still alive. Remember, this is a defense-based champion, so he should be able to become very tough, but you also want to give him really high HP for that bigger shield, all right, to protect you when you take those hits from the Spider Queen. All right, so I think this is going to work. We need one more good AoE HP burn. It's always going to happen. You cannot increase the chance of it landing because it's basically 20%, and all the extra books you would put in him would just increase his damage. You don't care about his damage. I'm going to say overall, this is a great champion to use without books, which is a great thing. He also does not have any masteries on right now. I don't think you need that either. Of course, it's just going to maybe increase your success rate, but it's certainly not a necessity. So we're pretty much done. 4 minutes. That's not that great. Let's go check out something else, which is more of a glass cannon build, but this one should be relatively fast if everything works out. So what I wanted to test here was compared to Mordecai, where Mordecai gives you more turn meter increases than this guy, would this team still work with roughly the same speeds? All right, so I'll explain what's going on. AoE freeze #1, we're going to get A2 from Cold Heart #1. Technically, sorry, AKOTH should be a little bit faster than that Cold Heart. A2 there again. buff up. We went for that stupid A3. Now we finally get the AoE HP burn, turn meter reduction. And then we're going to reset the skills on our Renegade. We're going to lose the Renegade. Now we need an AoE freeze from AKOTH really fast, or else we're going to lose that second Cold Heart, which we kind of cannot lose that Cold Heart, right? We really need both of them alive for more Heart Seekers. Here we go again. And Heart Seeker right there. Can we get this to work? It should. I think it should. It's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight, but it might. We're going over on a minute. I've had a better run. I'll tell you right now, I know it works, and I've had a slightly better run. There you go. So a minute and 7 seconds. I had 52 seconds with this right here. And my concern was that because of that dumb AI, perhaps this was not going to work as well. So let's try it while controlling the AI. All right, so here we go with the same team. We're going to manual in the beginning so we can set up AKOTH to do his job properly. We got to freeze on all the spiderlings. That is pretty much a must with this team. If you don't get this, you have to make your Renegade a lot tougher. So this one right now is literally level 30, 0 Ascension Potions, completely naked because we don't care. And here we're going to control the AoE HP burn, which we should hopefully get it on pretty much all of them. Looks like it, right? Literally, I think they got it all. All right, now let's hit auto and see if this is going to improve our run a little bit. Obviously, it is not because I stalled quite a bit, but I wanted to see if there was a difference on how effective this is because we're getting the HP burn first, right? And that was my criticism about this champion, was that it seems like he has a dumb AI. I kind of want, you know, the HP burn first. Why would he open with the A3? Maybe there's something I'm missing there. We shall see. Right there, going pretty quickly as well. Almost done. And Heart Seeker, boom, done. All right, so we kind of beat it. So you know what? Let's do one more run. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to do it right away. All right, here we go. HP burn. A2. A2. Auto. Let's see how this plays out. All right. Boom, boom, boom. AKOTH again doing all the work, right? I think really this doesn't work without AKOTH. That's pretty obvious. But what we wanted to see here was, compared to Mordecai, for example, is our new guy AKOTH better than Mordecai? Comparable, same thing. We need a Heart Seeker. We need a big Heart Seeker. Come on. Cold Heart number 1 right there. Boom. And the second one. Let's go. Almost one more Heart Seeker. And one more tick of HP burn. Boom. 44 seconds. I even got a record. So guys, this guy works. You can definitely use AKOTH the Seared for these types of runs. Now let's go check out the build. And let me quickly start by showing AKOTH the Windarin. He has not changed since I did the build with Mordecai instead, all right? So we have a good amount of speed. I think that's pretty important. You also want enough accuracy. And here's the problem with our guy is that you only have a 90% chance of placing that freeze. And if you get the Fearsome Presence tier 6, that's going to give you a 95% chance. It might not work. The second you skip 1 or even 2 spiderlings, you're going to lose your Renegade. So you would need to make her a little bit tougher. Let's do the 2 Cold Hearts. I actually had to whip out the third one that's been in the vault for a while. You got to make them relatively fast. So this one, 210 speed. You don't really care about the damage output. You're capping out at apparently 773,000 damage anyway. So enough accuracy, enough speed is all you really care about. The second one right here is also relatively fast. She's at 185. She still works for my speed runs on the Fire Knight 20, so that was something really important to me. Same concept here for the accuracy and whatnot. And then we have the third one who is not in this build, but all 3 of them are in Savage gear. Then we're gonna have the really complicated build of a Renegade here. Voila, this is all you need. All right, so that's it. She has to be really, really slow, and you need to make sure the 2 Cold Hearts take 2 turns before she resets the skills. Now let's look at our guy AKOTH here, the new guy, which is right here. All right, so in Immortal and Perception, because I don't have a banner, again, he's level 50. His HP is relatively low. I would make this higher, 210 speed. Okay, maybe you can do more. Maybe I would actually do a little bit more to be above the Cold Heart. All right, so I think that's the #1 thing. High accuracy, or at least enough for that. 0 skills done. You don't really care about the A1. You cannot increase the odds of this happening. You don't really care about reducing the cooldown of this. I suppose it could help. So eventually, guys, I might max him out, whatever, we shall see. And then literally 0 masteries. And here's what I've noticed, or perhaps why he is faster than Mordecai, is that Mordecai, even though he has more turn meter control, he's also doing something that's going against what you're trying to do, is to let the spiderlings take turns. by decreasing their turn meter, it's gonna maybe take a couple more animations before they get there. So technically, while AKOTH is not doing that, you're speeding through faster, right? You're going through faster in the run, so perhaps that is a better thing. Like, we also like the fact that he can control on the Spider Queen, right? He has a little bit more turn meter control right there. But again, I don't think that it is a must, right? So this guy is fully maxed out. I did the Masteries on him. Apparently, I started doing the Masteries, and I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here. But guys, AKOTH is now a go-to AoE HP burn champion for the Spider Dungeons. I have not tried the other ones so far, but there you have it, a quick rundown of our guy. These are the total stats. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you excited about this champion? Do you have him yet, or do you not? Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later.